Welcome back to the channel, everyone. We are here for the start of season number 2 of this West Indies rebuild. Test cricket only. We are one season down. The world rankings are a thing where we've gone down 12 points in the first season, so we're definitely heading in the wrong direction. We do have a few players ranked in the top 50. I know it's a big number, but we haven't got very many good players. Jermaine Blackwood currently 29th in the world with the bat. Craig Brathwaite 39th, Elzari Joseph and Kemar Roach both in the top 15 for bowling. And we're going to start off in our Power BI dashboard. And we can see that the number 1 rated player in our game is Devon Conway, 1,257 points. And this is based on the cricket fantasy game cricket drafts points system. Which in turn means that Conway, Latham and Williamson in real life are 1, 2 and 3. Doesn't quite work out like that in our system. Now what we have done is we have loaded every single test match that has been played, as well as every single first class game that has been played. So we are going to be able to use the data to adjust and pick the best players. And in first class cricket we can see that Louis is right up there, the youngster with 683 runs. Tangerine Chanderpaul had a good competition, so did Wickham. And we know for a matter of fact that our batting is in a very, very poor position. In fact, we had the second worst batting average in Test cricket for the first year of the game. Likewise, our bowling wasn't quite so bad at a 33.67, but it's still worse than the Test match average. Now, we've got a brand new tab built in here, which is called West Indies Analysis. And what we've done is we've loaded up all the different teams that's available in the game for us from the domestic format. So for us, the domestic table, we've got 6 teams. We've also got the West Indies Academy, which we can't actually click into. Then we've created some metrics in the game. We've got this view at the top, which gives us the player, the age, what sort of aggressive player they are, how many second team, first class and test matches they've played, runs, averages, hundreds, runs per match and percentage of runs being 100. So we can help identify the best players coming through the second team system. So when you're doing a save and you're a domestic save, you always look at the second team average to try and work out who your best players are. We've extracted that data into here. So we can see batting wise that Hope, Chanderpaul, Hetmeyer, Wickham, who we've just talked about, all exceptional second team averages. Anything above 55 is highlighted as purple here. Beckford, 20 years old, possibly one for the future. Average aggression, but a great second team average, but also only averaged 19 in domestic cricket from his second game. So maybe something to keep an eye on for the future. But there are a couple here that definitely need looking at. Wickham. Kevin Wickham, only 22 years old, aggressive sort of play. He's got a 57 second team average. Aggressive players in second team cricket normally only average 36. Likewise, he went in average 40.57 in first class cricket. That's an excellent return if you ask me. 80 runs per match in second team cricket, 80 runs per match here, and 14% of his innings were a century. So looks like a very good player. Tangerine Chanderpaul we gave 7 test matches to. Very defensive player, but excellent first class record, excellent second team record. Now, the game developers say that 15 games is what you need to kind of establish your baseline. So we're going a bit early with the data, but I think we've got to try and do something to try and make this work. We've got to identify young, talented players and give them opportunities to progress, such as a Wickham, a Beckford, also Anderson, Kevlon Anderson. Now he is of all-rounder fame. 5 wickets at 12, 1,295 runs at 41. Average of 54 in second team cricket, 48 in first class cricket. There's a lot to like about what we're seeing. Likewise with the ball, I think the ball was a little bit more telling when I was going through the data. Jaden Seals, Elzari Joseph, Kemar Roach, Moti, 4 of our international players all have the best second team average. And they've all got a substantial amount of wickets. I think the thing we're trying to do here is we probably need another seam bowler for Kemar Roach over the next couple of years. So we've kind of got to watch this space. Let's see if anyone jumps out. Raheem the Dream Cornwall averages 22 in second team cricket and 13 in first class cricket from 7 games. That's not a bad performance. Thorne here, 7 games. He averages 22 in second team cricket, 24 in first team cricket, 40 wickets as well. Is a very good return because they only play 7 matches in the domestic season. Another player we're going to have to keep a look on is Jay Bishop, slow left armer, 19 average in second team, 23 with 40 wickets in first class cricket, 5.71 wickets per match. They're exceptional. But we can see the numbers over Jaden Seals and Alzari Joseph, Kemar Roach, who we know are players that can do it at the top level. So I think if we're getting players coming through in those sorts of categories, they're the guys we need to pick. Also, Shai Hope's average of 80 in second team cricket is quite incredible. And just putting on a filter to make it people less than 26 years old, we can see Louis, who we've spoken about, averaged 62 this year, 13 better than his second team average. So I think he's someone we definitely need to be taking a look at. And this is going to be a lot different to what we've done in the past, because it's a World Cup year. There's 11 series, but actually there's only 3 test match series for the episode. 2 in Australia, 2 in the West Indies, get it right. Then we play in India before hosting the Kiwis, except we're going to them. It's going to be an India-Australia World Test Championship final, both of them falling in the 60s, and they are going to kick off with Australia getting 461. They go big. Cam Green with 100. India 411, so it's only a 50-run lead. But Oliver Davis, Wrestle Talk fame, averaging 83, 2 test match centuries, scores 127 here. India 397 to win on day 5. We're going to be rocking up to Australia without Brandon King as well. Scored some runs for us last year. Amazing, 206 and a 39 average. So he's going to be sorely missed. Darren Bravo is going to drop out as well. The other player to keep an eye on is W. Smith. Defensive player, averaged 35 in second team cricket, which is quite low, but a 60 average from 5 games. Not quite sure if he's going to be all that, but it's worth having a little look at. I also think we need to be mindful about going, who's the spinner? Because Ned here, 7 games, 47 wickets, an average of 19 and a second team average of 16. Which gives us a squad of 15 with Louis, Wickham, Anderson and Ned coming into the squad. The question is, who opens? Do we go with Chanderpaul, who averaged 22.21 last year? Do we go with Louis? I think I want to make the change. So Chanderpaul is going to drop out of the series. But it is going to be call-ups into the squad. Doesn't mean they're playing for Wickham, Anderson and Louis and Ned. We're going with 2 spinners. And it's a draw in the final. Australia. They had every chance of winning this game, but India, 367 for 3. Jaiswal, who is a beast on this game, 189 not out in the Test Championship final. India and Australia are joint winners. And it's actually quite a vastly changed sort of team this. We've got all-rounder heaven. But we've got these guys and we want to see what they're like. Like I said, Anderson averaging 48 is something I really want to be a part of. Louis, we really want to see that. Likewise, Anderson's average, bowling average 48 isn't really a lot to write about. So a big change with King being away. Athanasi dropped, De Silva dropped, Bravo dropped. It is going to be Wickham and Anderson in the 5 and 6 hole. We're putting a lot of faith in these kids. 22, 24 years old. Louis, 24 years old. Ned, 24. Seals, 23. It feels the time for changes now. And we're just going to have to take the hit. We know this is going to be an incredibly hard save. It's going to be an incredibly long save. But also an incredibly exciting save as Joel Paris comes in for debut on, can we say reigning, defending Test World Champions if it was a draw? Predictor, yeah, it's definitely an Australian sort of day. That could have gone better. They score 604 for 5. Smith with 100. Khawaja Labuschagne with 50s. We've got Cam Green, but Travis Head scored 100. Alex Carey scored 100, and we had to rotate through our bowlers quite a lot. Jason Holder has gone down injured for the entire match. That's a problem. Ned with a 2.65 economy rate was nice, but we was having to fill in overs from Anderson and Wickham, which is something I didn't set out to do. They now win a lot. This has turned into a disaster. 77 all out. We get rolled. We've got all these young kids in the game. They're maybe not ready. I should have got more sample sizes to work out how good they are, but I feel the time for changes now. It was Alzara Joseph that went down injured as well. They get 227 for 2 declared. Smith with 122. They score at an extremely fast rate. And now we need 755 to win. Surprisingly, we're not going to win this. So the largest test victory of all time is 675 runs. England, Australia in 1928. Got a feeling we might be close to that. Okay, we lose by 407, but it's not the worst. It is a very bad defeat. I can't sugarcoat it. But we've got stuff to like. Shy Hope scores a century, 102 off 191. Chanceless. That's what you want to see. That's how you know you've got a good player. And it's just things going against you. Second century for us. And Clive Lloyd on debut, 5 played and missed, 1 catchable shot. He scores 100. Huge knock for us. Really happy. We may have just found our forever opener. But let's not sugarcoat it. A 407 run defeat is, we're appearing on the first page of this. So top 15 loss in terms of runs all time. Oh, sorry, Joseph out injured. And because we need a bowler coming in, I just got to have a look at what people have been doing. Now, you can see the international players. Sorry, Joseph, excellent. Kamar Roach, excellent. Jaden Seals, excellent. And you're trying to work, this is for seamers only, but you're trying to work out who's actually going to be any good. So Joseph's already in. Thorne is one that I feel needs more time because the sample size in second team cricket is only 7 games, so you don't quite know what you're going to get. But there isn't that many players available. That should be the takeout here. So I think the one that we've got to have a look at is S. Joseph with a 23 second team average and 19 first class average with 33 wickets. Shamar Joseph, are you any good? 67 wickets at 19 overall. He has played 2 test matches, so he's going to be the guy. And I think what we're going to do with the team, we're at home. Even if there's many times I say we're not at home, we are at home. The batting lineup isn't going to change. Anderson and Wickham just need more time. You can't make one split decision on the team that's just won the Test World Championship or split it. I've gone for a spinning wicket. Take away the batting wicket because we're not making tracks. Ned and Moti, who are apparently the 2 best spinners in the country, are both in the team. Joseph, Roach and Seals will be the seamers. Jason Holder drops out. We're a 2-star rated team, so we're potentially going in the other direction. They picked 2 spinners, Nathan Lyon and Todd Murphy as well. No fools to be had there. We're going to win the toss. We're going to bat. And we might score 260 if we're lucky. I'm going to take it. It's slow, but 59 for no wickets in the first session against Australia. I'm all over it. End of day 1. 245 for 2. What a day for West Indies cricket. Clive Lloyd has played 2 test matches and got back-to-back centuries. That is quite a record for the young man. Excellent knock here. 1 LBW, 3 played and missed, 1 catchable shot. Might not. If he could average 40, I'd be really happy. Jermaine Blackwood with a 50 strike rate for his 80. Good knock this. A quiet first test, but hey, this is much better than we expected, and we might get 370. 370, my eye. We get 464, and there's a lot to like about this. The Blackwood 80, the Louis 100, but Kevlon Anderson, 3 played and missed, 2 catchable shots. 125 in his second test match. 19 fours, 1 6, 82 strike rate. We called him out as a strike rate guy, but that is absolutely phenomenal. We've put 464 on the board. We're in this game on a pitch that we've just had the best use of. Is already turning. We're taking a lead. It's only 67 as Steve Smith scores his 3rd 100 in a row. We've got problems there, but there is stuff to like. Ned 2 for 30 off 11, Moti 1 for 59. There's decent control throughout. Kamar Roach did run through the back end when the clouds set over. Oh my days. Louis, first ball of the innings. It had to happen. But we get to the end of day 3. It's average weather. It's turning. And we've got a decent opportunity to bat. Can we get a lead? Predicted scores 159, which isn't great. Also likes Australia more again. Now we've been rolled for 163. Shy Hope with 55, but top order gone. It does give us a very long tail, and not in a good way. They need 2-3-1 to win on a pitch that has got uneven bounce and sharp turn. We need wickets early. They need 8 to win. 233 for 8. The predictor likes them the majority of the time, but Moti is on a roll. Ned is on a roll. Can we get the wickets we need? We need Pat Cummins out. We need Todd Murphy out. 7 runs for victory for Australia. 6 runs for victory as we've wrapped him on the pads, but it looks just outside the line. Lunch on day 5. 4 to win. We need a wicket. And it's going to be Moti into Cummins. They are one hit away from victory. And it's gone through his hands. Is it an edge? Is it a drop? Is it a chance? They pick up 2. He edges it but safe. 1 run to win for Australia. We've pushed them right to the end. Really proud of this. A bit like we did in the first episode. We had moments that was pretty good, but it's pumped away. It's kind of edged away into the offside for a single. Australia win by 2 wickets. 2 spinners work for us on a pitch that was turning. Our seam bowlers were pretty average. And we got 100 from Kevlon Anderson. Louis, fantastic. Shy Hope with 200 runs. That's a little bit under the radar. He did score 150, but it was kind of overshadowed by the fact that Anderson came in and averaged 47. Wickham averaged 12, sure. We'll give these guys a little bit of rope to get themselves in. Ned, 8 for 28. I like that. Moti, 4 for 32, but the seamers were particularly ineffective. So is our world ranking. Don't worry, lads. It's only India away. I was saying, I've got to pick an 80-man squad for India. I've got to find players that can come in, hit the ground running, probably need some more seamers around the place. In terms of the average, there's not that many that could probably do a job. There's a hell of a lot of left-arm spinners. So I think I'm going to bring Thorne along for the ride. And Primus. We do have some returnees, 18-man squad. So Chanderpaul comes back in. Brandon King comes back in. Anderson and Wickham retain their places. Roston Chase is still around for some reason. And Elzari Jovicic back from injury. What's the pitch? It looks like we've just got a great backed-in deck. I think what we actually need to look at is look at our test match records and just see who out this West Indies team so far, because we've got a few games under our belt, 8 games. Shy Hope is still going to be around and bat at 4. Brathwaite is averaging 27. He's got 1 century to his name but nothing else. Chanderpaul averaging 22. If we just look at the openers for us, Chanderpaul a 57 average is pretty impressive. If we look at players, Louis with a 69 average, Chanderpaul with a 50. Now Brandon King hasn't done a lot wrong. He's averaging 39. He's had an injury. Straight back into the team. Going to pick up the captaincy. Anderson drops to 6 from 5. I'm okay with that. Wickham out. Chase out. Brathwaite, 98 test matches, out. Now it does want us to make some changes to the bowling attack. Elzari Jovicic has got to play. 41 wickets at 26. Kamar Roach has averaged 22. Jaden Seals has averaged 60. It also wants us to play Thorne, who I've touched on. He's 21 years old. He's got a T20 international to his name. Yowza. Against Ireland. So there's obviously something about him. We said, there's only 7 games in second team cricket. 2 games in 7 games in first class cricket. I'll get there in the end. But I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna give him a chance. Do I go with 2 spinners again? I don't think we do. I think we're better off we're going back to this, but giving ourselves another bat in the lineup. So Jason Holder's yo-yo continues. We're almost a 3-star rated team with the team that we've got going on. They've got debuts for Mavi and for Khan, but Jaiswal has caused us so many problems on this game. We have won a toss though. We are going to bat, and it obviously does like India. I'm going to take it 59. We're a slow scoring team. Chanderpaul, I think, is very defensive. He is very defensive. And Louis is a defensive player. So scoring at 2 and over may just be our gig. Reasonable. 3-6-2 all out. There's runs down the order. Blackwood with a 50. Louis with a 50. Anderson, King, Shy Hope all got starts. And Seals, Joseph and Thorne added runs down the order. There's just a lot to like about that. It's more than I thought we would get. But we're probably going to be behind. But the pitch still looking good. Need a few wickets. Need Jaiswal. Well, he's played 14 games in his entire career, including second team cricket, and Thorne has Jaiswal. Stop the press. We've got a lead of 30, and Thorne has taken 6 for 71. The 21-year-old youngster. 16 first-class games in his career. 77 wickets at 20. He's only played 7 in our save, but I think we've got one. 3-6-7 to win. What a performance from the team. Tangerine Chanderpaul. 100 off 248, 40, even it a 6. 43 strike rate gets it done. Blackwood with another 50. Holder with a 50. That's the value of a good number 7. And they need 367 with 3 and a bit sessions to go. There's a little bit of wear. It's still a good batting wicket. And it's looking West Indies, but I would probably put money on India. We've got to get Jaiswal. We've done it. We've beaten India in India. What a win. 295 all that. Jaiswal was going good on 80 odd, but Jaden Seals 4 for 51. Superb in this game. He's been a bit up and down with his form, as in mostly down in Test cricket for us. Not many wickets flying around, but big performance here. Thorne takes 2. Joseph 3. Ned 1 for 5. I bowled him at the start of the session on the day 5, session 3. Picked up the wicket of Dural. It was on 54. That is incredible. Win no one saw coming. It's probably not quite so good for batting in the second game, but I genuinely don't think we make any changes. Anderson's coming averaging 41. Brandon King's only come back for 1 test, but we've got averages this year from 3 games against Australia and India of 50, 63, 43, 49 and 41. Big fan of that. Not so much Jason Holder's 226 bowling average. 3-star rated team. We're on the rise. We've won the toss. We're going to bat. 347. Blackwood with 100. It felt like it had been coming for a while because there's been a lot of good scores for Blackwood. The fact that he's averaged 34.53, strike rate of 48, 0 centuries is a myth. A myth? It did happen, but it made it incredibly hard to understand because he's been ultra consistent. Hope with a 50, King with a 50. This is a good score for us. India again, touch and go, they'll probably take the lead. Yeah, behind quite a lot. They get bang on 500. Sheraz Iyer with 100. Iswaran with 117. Pant with a 54 down the order. Ned picked up 6 for 75 with some control. And maybe bowled him too late in the first set of 80 that we bowled before the new ball. But we're a long way behind this. The pitch is starting to turn. It's going to get harder. Not a bad performance. We lose by 3 wickets. We get 244. Louis with a 70. King with another 50. Anderson, this was disappointing for me. Ram caused us huge problems in the England save, and he caused us problems again here. But we get him 7 down. Wicket spread around. Assumably, they're trying to just score at a really fast rate. But make no bones about it. We've gone and drew in India. We've done it off Blackwood averaging 67. Oh, what a performance. King 38, Louis 36, Hope 36, Chanderpaul 32. Anderson, we had a dip off. But with the ball, we had some good performances. Ned, #1 spinner. And Thorne, probably #1 seamer. Also, the Test World ranking, 64 big ones. Look at that. Don't you love to see it? Lost, drew. We've won a test in India and in England. That's not too bad. Before, a little bit of New Zealand. And we only make 1 change. Primus comes out and Kyle Myers is coming in as a backup all-rounder. So the batting lineup for 2 tests in New Zealand isn't going to change. There's actually quite a lot to like about what this batting lineup is doing. I feel like we're solidifying a top 6. And with the ball, yeah, there's some averages that don't quite stack up, such as Jaden Seals is and Ozara Joseph's, but I think I'm okay with it. We've done some good stuff. The question is, do I go with Holder or Myers? I'm going to try Myers, so we are making 1 change. 3 stars going up against the New Zealand team, giving debuts galore to Toole, Lummett and Sumpter. Typical West Indies. 63 for none after the first 28 overs. Lots of rain day 1. It finishes on 159 for 2 from 65 overs, but we lost 2 hours 37. Louis going strong again. This guy is pretty incredible record, averaging 59. 400 lead. Louis 100. Hope 70. Anderson 95 not out. It's so close to getting another one. He was dropped, but a strike rate of 58. Good acceleration towards the end with the tail. James Rue played that role really well for us in the Rebuilding England series. Thorne was 17, but 400 on the board is a hell of an effort, and it likes us just a little bit. So a lead of 50. A lead is a lead. Now, Devon Conway was the #1 rated batter in the world last year. He scored 90 off 185 balls and looked pretty good doing it. Averaging 67 this year with 450s. Not got the conversion, but some good stuff to like from the bowlers. Ozara Jovis was getting smashed around the park for the majority of it, but came back really strong. Got Sumpter and Sears, who, their bottom order just, it gave them a really, really good effort at trying to catch us up. It's kind of like 50-50 now, but scoring runs is going to be hard. 294 to win. We get bowled out for 243. We were on and off for weather. It was overcast, but all the top order really kind of gave us something, including Louis, 34 off 36. I really like King, 30 off 43. It came a time where I was like, we just need runs. If we bat long time, we're going to score no runs and we're going to be rolled. They need 294 to win. We're on day 5. It likes us the majority of the time, but it may rain, but there is bits in the wicket. We've done it. Ben Sears picks up 11 for 255. Don't know if that's good or not, but it's a fine effort. But we get the victory in New Zealand. We've won a game in England, won a game in India, and won a game in New Zealand. Bowled them out for 251. Thorne with another 5 for that kid. That kid is doing some fine things. 18 wickets at 22. 2-5 for us in his career. We pick up wickets. It was overcast. It was doing bits. But Ned came on and bowled a really incredible spell. He got the wicket of Sears, but he got Daryl Mitchell on 76, which I believe meant was the reason we could go on and win the game. We're 1-0 up with 1 to play. Can we win a series? 3 stars against 4 stars. Mario comes in. Mario Brothers. This is a really interesting one. Day 3 is probably the best time to bat. We're going to have a bat. I don't think that was the right decision. 1-3-1 all out. We were in dire straits here. 2 for 21. Backs against the wall. No one could get going. Good bowling performance all round, actually. 6 different bowlers used. We're a long way behind the game. They get 3, 4, 7. Tom Latham and Mario, 23 years old, averaging 57 in first class cricket. Comes on, scores a very well made 72. More the frustration of not being able to get through the back of the innings. Eldari Jovers picks up a good 6. Lose by 10. It hurts. We got 230. Anderson with a 62, but top order, we haven't got much depth in the batting and it quite often gets blown away. They win by 10. We draw another series. Anderson averaging 59 in the series as well. That's kind of gone a little bit under the radar, but 50 in both games. Louis with 100. He averages 42. Then actually quite a big drop off. King, Blackwood, quite a poor series for some of the guys, but with the ball, actually quite reasonable throughout. Joseph 11 at 26, Thorne 10 at 25, Seals and Ned. I like it. Carl Mars 42 overs, no wickets. Does mean we're still in 8th in the world rankings, 69 points, kind of in that no man's land between Bangladesh and South Africa. Jermaine Blackwood's the number 1 batter for us, number 29 in the world. With the ball, Elzari Joseph moves into the top 10. And Elzari Joseph appearing in the all-rounders list. There's a lot to like about what we've just achieved. First episode, 1 and 6. This episode, 2 and 4. That to me is an improvement. We've still not won a series, but we've only lost 4 of the 6 series, and we've won 23% of the games. So next up, we've got West Indies, Afghanistan 1 days. Then we've got white ball cricket, followed by a World Cup. Now, for the next episode, we will have even more data available. We will have the entirety of season number 2 here, plus all the test games in the world. So we'll get all the data into the game. We'll do some looking around, try and find the next superstars that are coming through and keep building towards rebuilding this team. Something with the crop of youngsters we've got coming through, I think, feels quite achievable over maybe a 10-year period. But this ranking has got to improve. We'll see you soon.